Good morning and welcome to day 3 of my 30-day restart. I am getting ready to head to work this morning, and I'm going to have for my first fueling the Cinnamon Crunchy O's cereal, and I'm going to have that with a half cup of unsweetened almond milk. A half cup of unsweetened almond milk is 1/2 of a condiment, and the dinner I'm making tonight calls for 2.5 condiments. So after my lean and green meal tonight, I should have all my condiments. I will be back for lunch to check in. Well, I am home for lunch, and I think that I am actually getting into fat burn. It's day 3, but I have a headache and I am starving. So for lunch today, I'm going to have the rustic tomato herb penne. And I'm just gonna make it according to package directions. So let me get started with that. I just poured 2/3 cup of water in this bowl, and I need to add the contents of the package and stir, and then microwave for 3 minutes. All right, and put this in the microwave. Now I'm going to stir it and then put it back in the microwave for 2 minutes, at which time I'll take it out and cover it up for about 3 to 5 minutes. So now I'm gonna stir this and then cover it up and let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes. And this plate fits perfectly on the bowl. It's been about 4 minutes. I'm gonna stir this up. All right, I'm going to eat my lunch and I will check back soon. Well, I finished my lunch. I kind of forgot how good the rustic tomato herb penne is. I haven't had it in a while and I really enjoyed it. But like I said, I think I might be heading into fat burn. And the good thing about the Optavia 5-in-1 program is that right when you're about to get really hungry, it's time for another fueling because you space them out 2 to 3 hours apart. So I have a bar for this afternoon. I'm gonna head back to work, and when I come back, I am doing a special treat for dinner for my lean and green. I'm going to make the recipe I talked about in my previous video, Not Your Mama's Chicken Alfredo, using cottage cheese as my Alfredo sauce. I look forward to doing that recipe with you guys, and I will see you soon. I'm finally back from work, another long day, but I am ready to start making my lean and green. The recipe is from Sandy's Kitchen Adventures, and it is called Not Your Mama's Chicken Alfredo. And like I said earlier, it uses cottage cheese as the Alfredo sauce. So I'm going to get that started. I partially thawed out a chicken breast in the microwave. I'm gonna trim that of the fat and then cut it into pieces and just saute it because the recipe calls for 4 ounces of grilled or baked chicken. So I will saute that up and measure out 4 ounces. And I also have my trusty spiralizer, and I'm going to spiralize this zucchini. So I'm going to aim the camera down and let you see what I'm doing. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is trim and chop this chicken breast. And as an aside, I got these colored knives set at walmart.com a few months ago, and they were not very expensive. I want to say they were maybe right around $20, $25, but they work fabulous. Anyway.
Maybe I'm a bird following the seasons. This is what I've learned. I'm different for a reason. Kept the engine on, never stay too long. I'm alright, I don't mind being restless. Something in your...
Okay, So I already washed and cut the ends off of my zucchini and set up my spiralizer. So let's get that started.
Talk to me, baby, I've been waiting for a lifetime. Just keep on fading in all these photos, caught in the memories and captured in the highlights. Just keep on wasting. Glass after glass, I keep hoping you'll come around, drowning our fights in whatever can be found. 'Cause I've given in to all my demons lately. You know, might be easier just to let it go. Cut the cable short and the problem solved. Might be easier for you. I do it all.
I spiralized my zucchini and I sauteed my chicken breast, but the sauce is the real key to this recipe. And it calls for 1/2 cup of 1% cottage cheese. And we put this in, this is sort of like a ninja. I actually got it at Aldi, one of their specialty aisles, for like 20 bucks, but it works pretty good. I have made this recipe once before. Let me put that in there. So we put the 1/2 cup of cottage cheese in here, and then we add the spices, which is 1/8 teaspoon salt. Okay. And then 1/8 teaspoon pepper. Now I have a pepper grinder, so I can't really measure that out, but I'm gonna just do a few grinds in here. And 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now I'm running pretty low on garlic powder. I hope I have enough. Okay, well, just barely skimmed by. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder and 1 tablespoon grated Parmesan cheese. And then it calls for one tablespoon of unsweetened almond milk. And if I recall from the last time I made this, it needed a little bit more almond milk. So I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons. The 1 tablespoon just made it really, really thick and less sauce-like. Okay, then we put this lid on here and blend it up. All right, I'm gonna check the consistency and see if I want to add any more unsweetened almond milk. It looks still kind of thick. Let's see. No, actually, see if you guys can see this. It actually looks pretty good. It smells like Alfredo sauce. Okay. So then the next step is to put this in a microwave safe bowl and heat it up in the microwave. And Sally suggests we check on it every 15 or so seconds and stir it. So that will be what I do next. Next, I need to saute the zucchini noodles. Sally's calls for 1 teaspoon of olive oil, which I'm just going to use spray and count it as the healthy fat for the day. Gets it more even that way. I'm gonna use this roasted garlic and herb grill seasoning that I got at Aldi. Okay, I'm going to zero out my scale. It's underneath this plate, and measure my zucchini noodles. 1 green of zucchini cooked from fresh is 3.17 ounces. So to get 3 greens, then I will need 9.51 ounces. Okay, so this turned out to be 6.9 ounces. So it's actually a little bit over 2 greens. I'm going to have a few cherry tomatoes to go with this to make it a full 3 greens. But the star of this recipe, of course, is this Alfredo sauce. And if you can see how creamy it looks. I'm going to top the zucchini with 4 ounces of chicken. I'm going to zero out my scale again. And see what we got here. It is 3.9 ounces of chicken breast. So I'm going to call that 4. I'm going to top it with our sauce. It really makes a lot of sauce. And here is the finished product. I can't wait to eat this. According to Sandy, what we have here is 1 leaner, 3 greens, 2.5 condiments, and 1 healthy fat. And I'm going to add a few cherry tomatoes to my plate just to even out the greens. All right, I am going to have this scrumptious looking dinner, and I will check back later. And now I'm going to make my chocolate pudding for my last fueling because I want to refrigerate it for a couple of hours. And there you go. You take a half cup of cold water and add the contents of the packet. And then there's nothing better than mixing this up with a Zalai hand mixer. All right, I will put that in the refrigerator until it's time for my last fueling. Okay, I'm going to take advantage of this great weather and take a walk. I am trying to incorporate exercise back into my routine. So here we go. I'm gonna walk around my neighborhood for about 20 minutes and then I will come back for my last fueling. Okay, I am going to have my last fueling, the pudding, and it is looking very good here. And then I'm going to fill out my Revive Tribe tracker and call it a night. I will see you guys tomorrow.
We've had this conversation, and you seem to agree with me. But when there's complications, you withdraw and leave me to be. When there's a problem, you become like a wall. And every time I trip, it's a free fall. Why don't you help me the way I help you? You don't have to save me, just be my parachute. When I'm feeling down, you're just not there, making sure I'm okay. Why don't you help me the way I help you?
Good morning and welcome to day 4 of my 30-day reset. Well, you saw me make my first fueling of the day, the golden chocolate chip pancakes. I'm going to have them when I get to work first thing. And I've been told I have a super busy docket today, so I am hoping I will be able to make it home for lunch. If not, I keep plenty of fuelings at my office. So you'll see me for my second fueling, which is going to be a shake. I love the shakes for when I'm really busy. I can shake them up and drink them down pretty quick when I need to. And hopefully I will make it back for lunch. So I will see you in a little bit. So I did make it home for lunch. Court was a nightmare, so I only have about half an hour, but fortunately for me, I only live about 2 miles away. So I am going to have these sour cream and chive mashed potatoes, and I'm just going to make them according to package instructions. I'm going to make that, have it for lunch, and rush back to work. I did not get to have my shake for my second fueling. I was stuck in court. So the mashed potatoes are actually my second fueling. I'll have to squeeze another one in sometime during the day, but I'm sure that won't be a problem. So I will see you hopefully for my afternoon fueling, and then when I get back, I'm going to have my lean and green. See you then.
We've had this conversation, and you seem to agree with me.
Hi, well, I am back from work. It was kind of a really super busy, stressful day. And what I'm going to do for my lean and green kind of reflects that. I meal prep, and in one of my videos, I make cauliflower crusts, pizza-sized ones and mini crusts. I will link that video up here, but I freeze them, and I showed you in that video that I freeze them in portion sizes. What I have here are 2 mini crusts, and I also prepare meat and freeze it in portion sizes. I have 3 ounces of 96% fat-free ground beef, pre-measured and frozen. And what I'm going to do is heat my mini cauliflower crusts up in the microwave. I'm going to heat my ground beef up in the microwave, and I'm going to assemble my cauliflower tacos. And what I have for the fixings, I have 1 ounce of avocado, and I will explain how everything measures out. I have a half a cup of shredded lettuce, and I have a 1/4 cup of chopped tomato. And then I also have some Fiesta blend cheese, which I need 1/6 of a cup. So I'm debating on how I should try to do that. Whether I should try to just get a 1/3 cup and do half, or maybe a heaping 1/8 cup. I'm leaning towards the heaping 1/8 cup. But anyways, we'll get to that. Now, like I said in the video that I have linked above, the cauliflower crusts, 2 of them are 2 greens and 1/3 lean. How we work that out, so we've got 2/3 of our lean left. 3 ounces of 96% fat-free taco meat is 1/2 of leaner. And that leaves 1/6 of a lean left. And that's where the cheese comes in. So like I said, I think I'm leaning towards a heaping 1/8 cup. Well, let me get started. I'm gonna go ahead and heat my cauliflower crusts in the microwave. I'm gonna do it for a minute and then check them, and I'll probably have to cook them for a little bit longer. So let me get started with that. All right, I heated my cauliflower crusts, and I heated them for about 1.5 minutes. It ended up turning out. And I got these handy dandy taco stands on Amazon, and I'll link that below. Okay, so basically, I put the crusts in the taco stand, and then I've already heated up my meat in the microwave. I did that for about 2 minutes. And if I have a little bit left over, I kind of put it on the side here, almost like a little taco salad on the side. And now comes my heaping 1/8 cup of Fiesta Blend cheese. Okay. So like I said, the mini cauliflower crusts, 2 of them equal 2 greens. That leaves 1 green. And that's where the lettuce and the chopped tomato comes in. 1/2 cup of lettuce plus 1/4 cup of chopped tomato equals 1 green. And you guys know that 96% fat-free ground beef is a leaner, meaning you get 1 healthy fat. The other thing that goes into the lean is egg substitute, because I use 1/4 cup of egg substitute in the crusts. And then that leaves 1/4 cup plus 1/6 cup of the cheese. So I decided that since it's kind of a mixed bag, but there still should be at least part of a healthy fat. I was thinking like 2/3 of a healthy fat. I measured out 1 ounce of avocado because 1.5 ounces of avocado is a healthy fat. And believe me, I sat up long and hard last night thinking of math, and I think I've got it right. And I will put this recipe, so to speak, in the description box below. And last but not least is the shredded lettuce. This lean and green is probably in my top 3 of favorite lean and greens. And as you can see, when I do the meal prep, it's so easy to assemble. I mean, literally 10 minutes, and you have this awesome lean and green. So I'm going to go enjoy my dinner. I still have 2 more fuelings for today because the day kind of got so hectic and away from me. So I will check back with what I have for my last 2 fuelings. All right, I am back for my 4th fueling. It's been kind of a weird day. You know, missing that second fueling in the morning kind of threw me off schedule. So I am going to have the velvety hot chocolate for my 4th fueling. It's only been about an hour and a half since dinner, but I thought it might be nice to sip on some hot chocolate. So I'm going to pour this. I've already heated my water in the microwave, and I've got my Zulai hand mixer, which is also great for stirring the hot chocolate. All right, I'm gonna go sip on this, and I will check back for my last fueling.
A couple 100 miles away, denying that something has changed. You're blaming me, too complicated, but I will never stay the same. So I will drive and drive and drive and drive, baby, just so I can make it through the night. Yeah, I will drive.
All right, time for my last fueling. It is the chocolate fudge brownie, and I just made it according to package directions. So today's been kind of a rough day. It's day 4, and I'm fairly certain that I am in fat burn, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna have this fueling and call it a night, and I will see you tomorrow.